Hey everybody,
There we go.
welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. Matter of fact, let me correct that. Welcome back to a brand new season. I'm Preston Coleman from Performing Open Hearts. And you're here at Give 'em Flowers Friday, the podcast. Give 'em Flowers Friday, where we show the show that allows us to give someone their flowers while they're still alive. There's only a few things that we're going to be talking about today. That's life, love, and living. I can't do it alone. So I brought along a special guest with us today. And I want everybody to welcome Jeff Wires. He is here today to not only celebrate this moment, celebrate himself, he's here to receive his flowers while he's still alive. Jeff, man, I just want to thank you for coming on, for taking the time out, for coming on today and coming to receive your flowers. You know, this is a very, very special episode for me because it's the first episode of season 3. This is the third season I've been doing this. And I chose to kick this season off with you. You've been on my heart for years. Man. I never got a chance to say thank you, for just the 30 seconds that you gave me, my freshman, sophomore year out at Richwoods Open Gym. After the Open Gym, you pulled me to the side and you said, man, you got a nice little game on you, man. And these were, I don't know, it wasn't verbatim, but, these were in pretty much the words were, you got a nice little game on you, man. Continue to work hard, do the right thing, and you got a bright future ahead of you, bro. You said those words to me, and those words resonated with me for the rest of my life until this day, Jeff. Just those 30 seconds, man.
Oh, man, come on.
Man, and like I said, man, it just and not only that, just me just observing you from afar, just being around in the city, man, how you carry yourself as a black man. I would consider yourself, brother, a template how not only myself, but the either younger generations and generations after that are to handle themselves as a Jeff Wires carry yourself. The characteristics that you hold and have, brother. And I mean this, man. These are you have the characteristics, brother, that, if someone wants to have any type of success, and whether you want to play ping pong, whether you want to be a teacher, a police officer, the president of the United States, man, you have those, if they take the characteristics that you have, brother, they might not land on the moon, but they damn sure land. They might not land on the stars, but they damn sure land on the moon. And thank you, man, just for providing that.
Hey, man, you gonna have me, you gonna have me crying in front of these people, man. Hey, I appreciate that. See, that means a lot, man. Hey. That means something to me, man, and I want to thank you for recognizing me, man, and taking the time out. It's not every day that somebody, man, hey, man, I see you. You're doing a good job. I just try to be a positive person, see, and but that ain't the first time I met you, though. That ain't the first time I met you. Before then, I was at Western. I was assistant coach at Western.
Yeah.
Willie was everything. Willie was all state, getting recruited by Illinois, Miami, everybody. So I came to your house. I was trying to get Willie to just come to Western. Because if I can get all-state Willie Coleman to come to Western at that particular time, I was working hard. You know what I mean? So I came to your house. I talked to your mom, Willie. You was in the 7th grade at Blaine.
Yeah.
You was in the 7th grade at Blaine Sumner. I met you at the house then. That's the first time I met you. Probably don't even remember that, man. You was young. And then I came back a couple years later, and then that's when I saw you play. We was playing at Richwood. and you didn't even know that you didn't remember me from that first encounter. So you just thought, you know, you probably knew I was a coach or something, but you know, but yeah, man, you was a youngster.
Yeah, and I was,
So,
and that's
see
what
you
that's.
now and what you doing to people.
Yeah, Jeff, and that's why, you know, it meant so much to me to hear those words coming from you, man. You know, I'm a freshman, sophomore, but this is a college coach telling me, you know, it's something ahead of you, son. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, man, that's why that carried just so much weight to me, man. So, man, I just appreciate it, bro. I just appreciate it, man. And you know, but let's get into it, Jeff. Let's take a journey. Let's take a journey on Jeff Wise. For those who heard of you, never got a chance to meet you. For those who know you just by name or just by face and don't know much about you, let's go back. Let's go back to you know where did Jeff Wise come from?
Probably the majority of the people that's probably your age, a little older, they know me from Richwoods, man. But the people that know me know, you know, I'm from the Harrison Homes, man. You know, we grew up on the South End, played at Harrison, won some championships with my D. Will Batten, you know, EC, you know, way back. So, you know, when I grew up, Manual was, you know, where I always wanted to play. My man Mike Hicks, God rest his soul. I was a shorty. Mike used to take me to Manual games when I was little, you know, and man used to turn off the lights, put the spotlight, you know, Reggie Hobson. I grew up with Estelle Russell and Gigi Branscombe, Aaron Kelly, Tony Gully, and them. Them was the guys, you know, down at Treewind Park playing with me as a little dude coming up. You know, Gigi, you know, Russ, they'll tell you, AK and them guys, Fox, them the guys that was our big bros, was my big bros back then. So we looked up to, you know. So going to Manual, the spotlight, the band, it was like, man. And so, you know, so that's the roots, you know, and you know, we migrated out, and then I ended up, once we started high school, out at Richwoods, which was great. I was embraced, you know, out there by a lot of good people, man.
Yeah.
And it's been love ever since and everywhere, man. So I feel blessed, see, because you know, from one end, you know, my grandma was Taft Home, so my family, the Greens and the Lilies and the Taft. So, you know, I got people. So I feel blessed to be a part of all parts of Peoria, man. You know what I mean? So it's Pat Jackson, Kenny Burns, Holly Neal from Taft. We all went to Chicago together, played in Shoot the Bull, won that. You know what I mean? So it's anybody you name, I probably got some kind of connection with them and doing something with them in some kind of way, man. But you know, with the Harrison Homes, that's where it started, man.
Well, I tell you what, man, from then to now, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it here. You know, here in Peoria, Illinois, man, Jeff Wise is a household name. All those brothers that you mentioned,
that's love, man.
Those are household names here in Peoria. You know, so you know, hey, here we is. The proof is in the pudding, brother. The proof is in the pudding, man. So, and you just touched on some guys, you know, some names, but I'm gonna ask you this: whether in basketball or just in life, who are some of those individuals that just inspired you, that you looked it up to?
But I'm gonna start with as a youngster. I'm gonna tell you this, man. As a youngster, and people don't know how other people influence them, man. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Mike Hicks, when I was young, man, Mike was like a secret big brother to me, man. Mike, I mean, he used to take me places. He always told me I had D1 talent. You know what I'm saying? So he believed. I didn't know what D1 was, but you know, it's just like having a coach that see your ability and you wonder why he pushing you and stuff. but it's like that. But so he was one, you know, when I was a youngster that always took me places to games. I used to go to Tree Wind probably in the 3rd grade, sit up at the top because Harrison didn't have a gym. Harrison used to have to play their home games at Tree Wind. And so when Fox and Russ and them played on Saturday mornings, the whole Harrison, we walking down the Tree Wind. I'm a little dude at the back. I'm coming through. I used to sit up at the box, at the top, go around and get my popcorn. I'm telling you, I probably was 2nd, 3rd grade, walking with the whole hood down the Tree Wind.
Wow.
People that's my age, they know that. A little older than me. Them who I was watching. David Daugherty, them. Then the tournament come to Tree Wind. That's when I seen Steve Turner and all them Lincoln guys like that. I'm a little dude sitting up there watching all them. Ooh. You know what I mean? So I'm a product of all of Peoria. I'm a little dude, but I seen some of the greats as I was coming up. I've seen them, and you know, and when you watch some of the greats, little parts of them are in you, you know, because you emulate what you see. When you get out there, you like, you know, that hard pounding dribble. That's Fox. So I try to pound that my heart. Try to call. That's Fox.
I heard about it.
Jumper, AK.
I heard about it.
We little. Them guys at the boys club. You know?
Wow.
They used to, and that's the difference in the mentoring, man. Them dudes used to coach us, Carl Wallace and them at the boys club. We always had teams Saturday morning. We always had squads and tournaments to play in, and they was always our coaches. So they was always really our big bros. They always coached our team. Russell have a team, Carl Wallace have a team. You know, everybody, and we all played. And then that's another thing. I know I'm getting way off, but
no,
we talking about coming up.
Yeah.
And so in Peoria, even at that time, I'm looking at why I became good. You know what I mean? And the product of the people I'm around. We always had Junior Watkins, all them leagues. So all the hoopers that was in, it wasn't no AAU. Every hooper that was in Peoria, we played against each other all the time. So that iron sharpened iron.
Yeah.
So I probably can name David Booth, went to DePaul, went crazy. Curtis Stuckey, you know his thing at DePaul. Lynn Collins went to Arizona State. I went to K-State. Chris Reynolds went to Indiana. Mike Hughes went to Nebraska. Huey Smith went to Detroit. Jameer Jackson went to Notre Dame. Randy Blair went to Illinois State. Come on, man. We playing against each other every day. You gotta get tough. You gotta get tough. You see what I'm saying? So we don't need to go outside of Peoria. We don't need to go outside of Peoria. So you know, so that's what Peoria used to be. Iron sharpens iron, man. Don't run from it. Come on down there, you get it and you give it. You know, and that's how you get to be. You know, so that I know I got way off, man.
No, it's your story. It's your story.
That's what that was.
You know, because I know you just didn't wake up one day and you was just this great of a ball player. There's always something behind it, Jeff, and we need to know.
Man,
and especially, it's crazy because I bet you 90% of the viewers or listeners don't even know that you were from the Harrison. I can only associate you with Rich Woods, you know, here. So, I mean, they never know. That's what it's about. You know, we come to celebrate you, but we come to learn about you too, you know. So yeah, man, take us on that journey. Take us on that journey.
Yeah, but that's what that was. That in terms of Peoria basketball, that's how it's always been. You know, everybody knows from back then. You know, it's different now. Even when y'all travel from open gym to open gym. You can go to Central, you can go to Richwoods and play. You go everywhere and play. Yeah. That's how I see you, Griff, Ivan. Y'all used to, you know, that's your little clique. Y'all used to travel in the summertime. I played against every generation. When I came back, AJ, you know, Sean, Brandon Hughes. Yeah. That's one thing I can say. I didn't play as old as I am. I didn't touch every generation. Yeah. Even the young kids now. My man Dietrich down at Manual. Yeah, Dietrich. I didn't work with Dietrich. My little man Caden Lauder down there, man. I done worked with some of the little boys that was a few years ago that was 7 and 8 years old. I can show you pictures. Now they 12 and 13. Now they on their way, you know. So I feel blessed to be in tap with every generation, from the dudes older than me to my group, to the group. You know what I mean? I feel blessed to, and now, you know, even down here, man, I got, like I said, I had started my training. Then from the individual training, we go to training, coaching. Now we established the AAU program, you know, got coaches and everything. So now we the full package. And we got our first game. And here we go. We Wires Hoops, but we the Hawks of Wires Hoops. Harrison Hawks, the Roots. Always gonna be across the chest. So that's who we are right there. That's my little squad. And so, you know, we gonna train them, we're gonna coach them, and then we're gonna play some ball. And that's the philosophy. So we growing, man. Yeah.
There you go. I toast to that, man.
Yeah, see.
I toast to that. Brother.
Yeah, cheers to you.
Yeah, I toast to that, man. Yeah. So look, Jeff. Now, okay, we talked about coaching, and you've been on both ends of the spectrum, from the highest level to your immediate level. Let's talk about something that get confused nowadays. But being that you from the inside, let's give some insight, because I think it can help the parents understand more, and that will ultimately help the child, the athlete. So let's talk about it's a sensitive subject, but let's talk about coaching AAU versus coaching at school. Is there a difference?
Coaching AAU versus coaching. There's no comparison, man. There's no comparison.
Explain.
A high school coach, you deal with everything that's going on in that kid's life. You deal with the principal, the administrators, you deal with all his teachers. You got to worry about his grades. He got a girlfriend. He got caught drinking at the party. He violate all of that. When you walk into school, the first thing they saying, coach, your guys, coach, hey, coach, teachers, coach, you got to worry about eligibility. Well, he flunking English. You got to get it. Well, you got to take this test if you want to be. High school coaches worry about all of that. Only can coach the talent that's in your school. AAU coach, you pick who you want. You don't worry about no grades, girlfriends, drinking. You ain't got to worry about no teachers, no eligibility, none of that. You pick the guys you want. And you sign up for whatever tournament you want to play in. Don't compare it to high school coach. I'm not saying that you're not a good coach. Right. I'm just saying the responsibilities are way greater. You involved in every aspect of that kid's life when you're in high school. The college coaches, they talking to you. They want to see what his grades are. They talking about you. They want to communicate with you. And I know not now in the AAU circuit, high school coaches kind of have been, moved to the wayside because AAU, is popular in it, and all the programs and stuff like that. So now a lot of times you got a Nike sponsored AAU team. That Nike AAU coach is more powerful than the high school coach because he's connected with Nike. Duke might be a Nike school or whatever that situation. So all that kind of plays into it. But in terms of responsibility, so a high school coach, that's why I never criticize coaches, man. Either way, high school or I will criticize my AAU coaches. I will. High school coaches, I don't, because you got to do so much. And the fact that you can stand up there in front of everybody and everybody in the stands critiquing your every move, telling you what you should be doing, this and that, but they ain't never done it. They ain't gonna take the time that it takes to do it, because it's a whole lot of time for a little bit of money. If you never done it, you can't critique that coach. So I just respect you for being a coach, standing up there, putting yourself out there, You know, the kids hanging on your every word. You a leader. They hanging. They looking for you for direction. Things ain't going right. They looking to you, coach.
Yeah.
You know, so I respect every coach that stand up there. People saying stuff. You know, things ain't going right. They ain't gonna always go right. And so, you know, just like the coaches in Peoria. Once we lost, you know, the great Wayne McClains and Bobby Darlings and, you know, Chuck Bishes and Hamilton are them long time coaches, and then the new guys came in, you know.
Yeah.
And they kind of got it rough, you know, from people. But coaches need development too. Coaches need development too. Your first year of coach, you're a freshman in high school. It's like it's your freshman year. You going through it, you learning, you in some tight games. Man, you mess up. I got to learn from that. Now I'm a sophomore. It's my second season. I should be a little better than I was last year. It's the same way for coaches. They developing. They, you know, give them time too. You know.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You know, and be loyal. But that's your school. Be loyal to your school. Give that coach a chance and just cheer for your team and see if that make a difference instead of ripping them up. You know what I'm saying? You know, they need mentors. You know. Yeah, man. So that's the difference to me. Hey, you coaches, you put your team together. You get out there, you do what you want to do.
That's it. That's it. I'm gonna piggyback off that.
Sign them up.
Yeah, I will talk about that real quick, and then we're gonna do a pick and roll. I actually coach, first year ever, head varsity coach, not head, assistant, top assistant, and I love the game of basketball, still love it, but I did not know it consumes that much of you. Energy. There's so many sacrifices that a coach makes that people wouldn't even believe it. But for a parent not to give a coach just even a fair shake, and when I say fair shake, just be neutral. Just be there, like you say, just be there to support. That isn't fair, but that's what we've come to today. It's challenging, and hey, you know, I've had to walk away myself because it consumed too much of my time. It just didn't allow me to do other things that I need to do. You know, so hey,
and the finances wasn't working, and I know it. Them little $3,000-$5,000, man. You spend 5,000 hours in the season. You know what I'm saying? So you working for 75 cents an hour, 25 cents an hour. They don't realize that's a lot of time, man. You know, but it's a passion. You gotta want to do that, man, and you gotta want to be able to stand up there, knowing people talking about you in the back, criticizing your every move. You know, that you gotta want to stand up there, man. So that's why I don't critique coaches, man. I don't criticize them. I might say something strategically, like, you know, they might have, you know, it would have been a good idea to go a zone. That's just my thing. But even I mess up, so when I mess up, I go back and critique myself. It's like, damn, man, I should have had somebody on the, you know. So I'm trying to learn. I'm gonna be 55. I learn every day, man. I watch videos every day, still trying to get better at what I do, you know. And that's the thing, you know. Long as you continually trying to get better, people see you hustling, people see you working. Long as you working and you hustling and you trying to do right by them kids, people see your hustle, see you working, man. And that's what I try to do. Continue your education, coaches. There's so many. If you a trainer, get your license and stuff, be legit. But then if you need different exercises, there's so much stuff on this YouTube that can get you started. It's just your effort. Just do it. But don't leave everything up like you know everything, that what you know is good enough. It's not.
Yeah.
That's only going to take you to what you know. You don't know what's behind here, so you got to research what's up here. You ain't been there. And that's why I say don't critique your coach, because you ain't never been there. You don't know what it takes to be there, so you can't talk about him.
Yeah. Until you walk in them shoes.
I'm done with that, man.
Until you walk in them shoes. Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna stay on basketball just a little bit more. A little bit more, man. We talent, plentiful. You can find it everywhere. Every school.
Say again.
Let's talk about talent. Back in the day, You can
Talent?
find it everywhere. Talent.
Yeah. Right.
You know, everywhere. Like I say, you might have 5 or 6 stars at one school. 5 or 6 D1 players at one school.
Yeah.
2, 3 over here. I don't know if you've been following it. Let's talk about the talent, the young talent that's around here today. What are some names that that resonate with you from watching from afar? I know you're out of state, but what are some names? You know,
but I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't rattle off all the kids' names, but the 2 kids that I like the most in particular, that I work with, and I believe that they had a skill set to be pretty good. I'm gonna tell you something. Matt Dietrich down at Manual, he's 6'5", guard, long, do a little bit of everything, man. Boy, young. I think he all conference this year as a freshman or something like that, man. Sophomore. But he a good prospect. A good prospect. And then even my little buddy, little lefty, Lotta, he a little small. He gotta get a little quicker and stuff, work on his speed and stuff. But I like them guys, man. And I'm sure, you know, the thing about it, you got little rough at Central. You know, I don't know them little guys, but I'm sure with the stuff that Ruff knows, them guys gonna get it rolling. And we're gonna have some guys from Central coming out like it used to be. I saw Bobo got the coaching honor, you know. So, you know, maybe him getting the coaching honor that get them guys some more looks, and you know, we can get them guys from Richwoods, you know, signed up getting to school. You know, like I say, I like my man down at Manual, Dietrich, and I'm glad young Marvin, you know, nice competitive D1 guard himself. You know, he got that job, and you know he can pour into them young guards, but he knows what it takes. And see, that's the thing. When you have a coach that's been there, don't debate him. Just trust him.
Yeah.
Just trust him, because he's been there. And then just, you know, and then just now, you know, give him a chance. You know, give him a chance first. He's been there. You don't know what it takes. He had to work to get there. He knows what it takes.
He knows what it takes.
He's been trapped by some of the best. That's why he know what it takes. So just listen to your coaches and give them a chance, man. Little rough at Central. Legendary stuff at Bradley. Little Rough know what he's doing. AJ, his brother, big time D1. His dad, Dan. So Coach Bish, he's from that. He know what he's doing. Just give him a chance and be patient, man, and just support our young coaches, man. And I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right, because nothing more brings, you know, just an old dude from Peoria just to turn on the TV and just see a kid from Peoria on TV, because it make me feel good because every time they say Peoria, that means some of them dudes that I played with years ago. Oh man, I know this dude from Peoria, man. I used to play with the dude Peoria Wide way back in the day. So they, you know what I'm saying? So I used to love it. When Sean was doing this thing in the league, man, man, everybody was calling me. All my college, but everybody was calling me because Sean was from Peoria. And when they say from Peoria, Illinois, why is that the boy? Hey man, you know. Yeah, so that brings me joy. So because it's relevant, man, they doing it. So I think we on the come up, man. I think we got the right young guys, and then my man Coach O, you know, he had the young Orlando Edwards. He had the young thing. He had a thing going at Roosevelt. He moved up to Central with Ruff, and he in tune with the youngsters, and they were doing great things. Peoria Pride. Yeah, man. So, you know, I try to stay tuned. I click on everybody's stuff and try to come through. I don't spend a whole lot of time on social media, but I try to go through and see what our young kids, even our 309 boxers, you know, our young fellas, man. I click on them. I follow them boys, man, and just support them, and just, you know, hey, they don't even know me, but they know I'm from 309. They don't know me. I'm an old dude. Them boys 10, 9 years old. I'm liking their stuff. Keep working, young fella. They don't know me.
That's it.
But you know what I'm saying? That's it.
But I know you're gonna support.
Yeah.
You always have.
I think we're coming back.
So that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me. Let's talk a little bit, man. Now I've watched you on Facebook myself. Let's talk a little bit about Wires Hoop Session. how did that all come about? Especially, what I was trying to figure out. What kind of blew my mind? I'm gonna tell you what it is. What blew my mind? I'm like, damn, Jeff from Peoria. He moved. Now he all the way down south, and he planted those seeds. He went down there and planted those seeds. I gotta applaud you. From being an alien, not even from a place, and moving to one of the probably the biggest metropolitan places in the United States. And going down there, and first of all, Jeff, having the heart to to help some other kids outside of Peoria, and then to go down there and to make it happen, man. How did that all come about, bro?
Man. So when we left the P and came down here, I was coaching at Roosevelt, so I left Roosevelt and came down here. Okay. And so we in a good neighborhood where they play good ball. So, try to communicate with some coaches down here, trying to, work with some different people. One coach gave me an opportunity. I became like what they call down here a lay coach. It's like an assistant coach, but you don't work in the school, right? So you still have to go through certification, that's what I always want to do. I always want the credentials more than anything. So I go through, I get the credentials, state of Georgia, I pass all the tests, just like Illinois, be a high school coach, you got to take exams. You can't just be a high school coach, you got to take an exam. Right. At least it used to be that way. I don't know. It's been a while for me in Illinois. But at that time, when I was coaching with Ruff at Central and at Richwood, you had to take an exam to be a coach, and you had to become certified. So when I got down here, once I got that opportunity to get certified, I want to get all the credentials. So then I get first aid CPR, I get concussion training, and then I get, all this different training in Georgia high school rules training. So now I get certificates for all this stuff. Okay. And that's what you want. So now I got credentials. So the coach that hired me, his school was kind of like 45 minutes away. So it became too far for me to get to practice every day. So he understood that. So what I became for him is like a scout. So they play teams in our area. I got a coaching card since I became certified. I mean, I can go to any high school event in the state of Georgia, football, baseball, basketball, wrestling, kickball, whatever they're doing. I can go in free with you. We can go in the coach's room, eat up everything, come back out. It was sweet. So I would just scout teams for him. Yeah, it was sweet. Yeah. I would scout teams that he played, do a scouting report to him, email him the scouting report. And since that team was closer to me, I would be at that game to assist. So it was kind of like, so he kind of worked. It was kind of smooth, because it was working. Yeah. And I was actually his eyes for him, and so after that became kind of tough, I tried to get in with different schools, so I couldn't get with nobody. So I was like, man, I'm gonna just start my own stuff, man. And I was working in detention, doing that type of work. I had established a league. Me and my man, Mr. Clay, we established a league within the Department of Juvenile Justice. Okay. Where we had a facility, a statewide league. Every DJJ correction facility for youth had a basketball team. I organized that. I met with the coaches down at Forsyth. We put it together, sent it up to the commission. They approved it. So we would take our detainees from one site, and we had a league, and so from that, in my league, in my facility, I had one kid that was kind of special, man, and so the coaches that I had been working with in high school, right, that I was doing the scouting for, I told him about the kid that I had locked up. He brought in another dude, Sean Williams, who does this big. He part of the big AAU. He part of everything down here, basketball wise. Okay. He brought him to see him, right, in jail, right, in jail. My man, my team, we win the jail league. I got 4 guys all tournament. We have an all-star game. My guys, the MVP. We win 3-point shootout, everything.
Wow.
My man gets out of jail, has a scholarship to go to Dade County JUCO in Miami. So you get right out of jail and you move to Miami on the beach, college scholarship. That worked out for him. After that, 2 years later, he went to Southern University down in Baton Rouge. We went down to Alabama State and watched him play Alabama State. Man, I ain't never been so proud, you know. And so right out of jail, man, and if anybody watching that's from Atlanta, YDT, they know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna put the brother name out there because you know. But so from there, see, I was after that, you know, I put that big program on, man. I'm asking these people for a raise, man. You know, I just did a big thing statewide, man. That went off great.
Yeah.
They won't give me no raise. See?
Okay.
They didn't want to give me no raise.
Okay.
So at that point in time, that's when I decided to quit. Hey, y'all pimping me. I'm doing all this good stuff. Y'all pimping me. So I just quit. Yeah. I had my ideal about my program and stuff. I had it down. I made up some brochures, but I didn't really know where to start. See, so I was just like them dudes hustling CDs. I see you coming out the grocery store with your son. Oh, excuse me, sir. Hey, man, I'm Coach Wise, man. I got a training service, man. Hey, I like to, you know, give you free service, man, just to show you what I do. I was hustling like that. I was in the parking lot. Yeah, looking for dads and sons coming out. Hey, brother, let me talk to you. I give him my brochure. I was just like that. That's how I started. Then I convinced my neighbor up the block, Freeman. He gave me a shot with his son. One dude that I worked with at DJJ Golf, he gave me a shot with his daughter Rashia, who just signed a college scholarship. He gave me an opportunity with them. Them was my first two, and it's just been word of mouth, trying to be good, and you know, really what it's about is perseverance, man. You know, believing in yourself, because I'm telling people, man, what you gonna do, man? Yeah, man, hey, man, I'm gonna be a mobile training service, man. Okay. Yeah. You know, I'm excited about it. Yeah. So you can't expect nobody else to be excited about your business and your goals. You know, you gotta stick to it. Yeah. You know, the hell with them. They ain't gotta get excited about my shit. I'm excited about my shit. Enough for everybody. So, you know, you keep working, you keep grinding, but you gotta keep trying to get better. Don't think you know enough. So once I start getting a few clients, see, now I'm like, damn, okay. Well, let me try to be a legit business. So now, let me get my LLC. Shit don't cost much, don't cost nothing. Now I'm a legit business. Let me get my EIN. You know, okay, I'm outside. So now I might want to do business with corporations. So let me get some business insurance. It cost me $250 a year for $2 million worth of insurance. So now I can do business with companies because I'm a legitimate business with insurance and everything. I send you a W-9 after I invoice you for my, yeah. So now, see, I went from hustling in the parking lot to being a legit business, man. And all it is about perseverance, certification. You got to be legit, and you got to have some certifications. If the person that's training you and working with you was just average at anything, you getting average. If that person is not pursuing a higher, and ask them where they get their training from. Ask your trainer where they get their training from. And now you're gonna see if they certified or not. They know what they're talking about when they're talking about your body. Where did you play ball at?
Yeah.
Can you really help me get better? It's, you know, but that's it, man. I'm off of that. I just wanted to tell you, you know, but that's how I got started with that, man. Just individual client, but just the moral of that is just telling people just to believe in what you're doing. Just believe in what you're doing, but you always have to be legit. Get your certifications and stuff.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Then I'm gonna tell you something. Now, from point
got a question for me, then you go
to where you started to now, what was the window? How long did it take? Did you ever question yourself throughout the process?
Man, bro, you know, you highs and lows, man. You know, you go through family stuff, man, get you emotional about stuff, and then you trying to get your stuff off the ground, and highs and lows, man.
Yeah.
You know, peaks and valleys. Ain't nothing ever just gonna be smooth, man. It's gonna be bumps in the road, man. It's gonna be, you know, stuff ain't gonna go the way you plan, you know. And that's what life is. See, it's just perseverance. You know, it's perseverance. Just don't stop. Don't stop. But you gotta keep trying to be better. You gotta figure out how to be better if you trying to game. You know, I didn't know, and this is what we gotta be stop doing too. Being afraid to ask questions. I used to be a dude, I'm gonna just talk about me because I know it's a lot of people like this. You be in a circle of people and they might be talking about a particular topic like stocks and bonds, and you really don't know much about stocks and bonds.
Okay.
And so you don't want to ask no questions like you the dumb one in the group. Like you the dumb one in the group, so you sit back and kind of now like, oh yeah, like you know, but you really don't know shit.
Yeah.
We gotta stop that kind of stuff. So once I surrounded myself with a bunch of people that knew about that thing, yo, hey man, hey, when ETF, when you get ETF, that's like the whole basket of everything, man. You get okay, so so now I know a little bit about that. So now I know how to invest my money and stuff like that. So I'm saying that to say, quit acting like you know when you don't know. And if somebody around you that know a little bit more than you, love them for that and seek that information so you can become better. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I work with bad kids in school. I do ISS, right? I do ISS with bad kids every day in school. You know what, man? I learned something about this generation every day from the kids. I just talk to them. Yeah. That's it. But bumps in the road, see, ain't nothing smooth, man. Just perseverance. Don't doubt yourself. You're gonna have self-doubt because you're gonna be tired. But when you love it, it's easy to get up. That's gonna tell you if you love it. That's gonna. Man, I didn't work 8 hours straight in the hot sun. See, trying to get my stuff started, one client at a time. I'm out there for 9. My face black, my head peeling from the sun, but it's worth it to me. You see what I'm saying? And then after a while, I get better. I don't have to spend so much time because now I can kind of have groups and I lessen my time on the different ways to do things.
Man, thank you. Like I said, I wanted to ask you that because I wanted you to share. It's nothing like hearing somebody's story, you know, because we all, while we're in the midst of making our story, sometimes, you know, we have doubt and we just don't know how it's going to end. Thank you for sharing. Now, I told you I had something to tell you. Just like you shared with the audience, you know, just talking to you the other day, I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. And I bragged. I told my boy Rob Johnson today, my business partner, today in the parking lot. I said, man.
I know Rob.
Yeah. I told him, I said, Rob, we just got to do it, man. I said, man, I was just talking to Jeff Wires the other day, man, and he told me, you know, how his thing went and how he did it. So then again, brother, at the age of 40, I'm 40. I don't know how old you are. There again, you come around to put that battery in my back again, brother. You know what I mean? I just took that from you the other day. And you gave me the comment. I told him, what we're finna do is by May, we're going to start offering our services down at the Peoria Public Library. We just finna do it. We're not finna wait on nobody.
Do it.
Yeah, we're not finna wait on nobody. Yeah.
And why wait, man?
Yeah.
It don't make sense to wait.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Once you get an idea in your head and you plan, you gotta have a little plan though. Don't just jump out the window. Plan your shit out, man, and know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Do that shit. It ain't gonna be easy. You probably gonna go down there. They're gonna probably tell you no, they ain't got enough. This and that. Then you just add a little more resources to your stuff. Add a little more this, and you go back to them. Say, hey, and you tweak this, man.
Yeah. Do
it.
I'm doing it, brother. I'm doing it.
Do it.
I'm doing it, man.
Proud of you, man. Do it, man.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah. I've been sitting on, you know.
You'll be regretful.
Yeah, I know.
You'll be mad at yourself later on if you didn't. Yeah, man. Just go ahead, man. And even if it don't work out, man, I try to get this business off the ground, man. I did, but you really gotta try, and you can't. Perseverance. That's the key word. Perseverance.
Yeah.
Perseverance, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Look here, Jeff.
Gonna be highs and lows.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We almost
toward
the end, man. But let the people know where they can find you. You know, if they just want to, inquire about, basketball, about AAU, about being a parent of an athlete. Any questions that may be able to help the parent, maybe be able to help the athlete, services.
Man, I don't know who watching or how many people, but my social media friends text me. Come on, man. I ain't the same way they find you. See, I get back with you, and I usually try to come to Peoria, man. Every time I come to Peoria, man, I try to link up with some kids and do some stuff, and they know that, the people. So that's one thing I always try to keep going to. So hopefully, some point in this summer, man, I can come back home and link up with my little guy. I'll tell you who else I forgot. Lil O and Lil Levi. Shout out to Lil O and Lil Levi. Hey, and Lil Ballers, man. I'm telling you, I had them out there this summer. Lil Levi. I'm telling you, man, we got some little guys that can play some ball in the P, man. And we got some little guys that can play, man. And so I like to come back and try to corral them, and so keep me in the mix. I can still do a little bit, and I mess with them, see what they can do. And but yeah, man. So hopefully I can get back and spend some time, with the kids, man, and that's what keep me young, man, and feeling good, man. Out there running around with them all day.
There you go. Well, look, man, I think anything else would be trying to squeeze water of a rock, man. I got all I need.
Well, just let me just say this to you, though, man. Hey, I really appreciate what you did for me today, man. It really made me feel special, man. It made me feel like I was important, man. Like I mattered a little bit, and that's a good feeling because you don't get that too often, man. You try hard in your life to be a good dude and treat people right, man. And it might not come across that way all the time to all people, So you don't mean no harm for the ill relationships, but that's part of life. Some stuff you hold on to and some you gotta let go, man. But I just appreciate you, man, and for this moment, it made me feel good. And I told you, hey, for you future flower getters, hey, I sent my man a dove, and we toasted it up. So you gotta send him a dove to toast him up. We ain't Uncle Shay, but we cousin C. And cheers to you, brother.
Yes, sir, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
That means a lot to me, man.
What'd you say, Jeff?
No doubt. I said no doubt. Appreciate you, man.
Man, appreciate you. I love you, my brother. I respect you. It ain't nothing gonna change about that,
Likewise.
man. Yeah, you continue doing what you're doing, man. Take care.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
All right,
my brother. Love, man.
I love you too, boy.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
All right. Whew. There you have it, y'all. Season 3, episode 1. Give 'em Flowers Friday. We're going to try to be here every Friday. If we're not, if we have to take a Friday off here and there, hey, we'll do that. Let's roll with it. But Friday's our goal. And if you want to come on, if you want to bring somebody on, just get in touch with me. performingopenhearts.org. Leave me a message or go to Creston Coleman on Facebook, Creston Coleman on Instagram, Performing Open Hearts on Instagram, Facebook, or Give 'em Flowers Friday on Facebook. Hey, I ain't hard to find. I'm like Tupac. But yeah, if you want to bring somebody on and celebrate them, please be my guest. Come on, let's take advantage of the time that we have here with each other while we're still all here. Give each other our flowers. But once again, this is Preston Coleman from Performing Open Hearts. Give them Flowers Friday. We just had Jeff Wire Sr. on. It was amazing. I hope you got something out of that. And all I can say is, like, hey, especially to my city of Peoria, y'all know what it is. I love the hell out of y'all. And let's start, celebrating each other. We'd have been through a lot. We'd have lost a lot of key people here lately. And I know our hearts are kind of heavy. And I just want to send my condolences to the Hightower and to the Webster family. Will be putting their brother, the uncle, cousin, father to rest tomorrow. James Jig Hightower. Man, rest in peace, Jig. I love you, Gigolo. Always will, man. I appreciate the times that we had on this earth together. Hey, thanks for being you in all our encounters and all the differences that it could have been different, but you stayed true to me, and I'm glad we had a relationship that we had. But my condolences to the Hightower and the Websters. But this is me, Preston Coleman, your host of Give 'em Flowers Friday. We'll be back next week with another special guest, so look forward to it. Tune in. Please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell and hit the thumbs up. It don't take you to hit the thumbs up, just so you can like and receive notifications when we're going to have future episodes. So take care, y'all. Give 'em Flowers Friday, and we'll be back next Friday.